What's up everyone, back on another overview. This car has been done quite a while ago as far as the motor swap goes. It's a 1985 Monte Carlo. It has a 408-inch motor, and we just brought it back in because the customer wanted to go just a little bit faster. So what better way to do that than install a Magnuson 2650 on it. Let's hop to the front and I'll check it out. So here she is. Like I said, 408-inch motor is what it started with. As far as the motor swap goes, it has all of our Holley stuff on it like we would normally have. It's got the hooker headers, Holley accessory drive. We're actually running a BRP or muscle rods mounts in this with the Holley pan. So I know I normally preach use everything from one spot, but like I said, this swap was actually done quite a while ago and just brought it back in, so it was before I really used everything from one place. But it still fits. It's still best practice to, you know, kind of get everything in one spot, but it all fits. Holley pan, Holley headers, cross members from BRP, like I said, accessory drive, most of it anyways from Holley. So the blower, like I said, 2650 from Magnuson. This is what they would consider their hot rod kit. Basically comes just as the head unit itself, and you kind of make it work from there. So we used, or started with, LSX Concepts race drive, and made it work with the Holley accessory drive. They actually sell a complete accessory drive for this blower. I would say if you're not able to fab stuff, you're definitely better off doing that, because it took quite a bit to make this work. And if we didn't already have this, I probably would have done that, but it all works. So we're doing using an 8-rib lower ATI balancer from LSA, and we have a custom fabricated coolant tank here, and use a Ford GT500 pump. We have the heat exchanger and a tranny cooler up here. We're doing an external regulator for the fuel system on this. We have Snake Eater Performance 1000s for the fuel injectors. I'm running a 525 or Hellcat pump, they would call it, in tank, and a secondary Walbro 450 that is boost activated with this pressure switch back here. This computer setup is not a Holley. I wish it was, but in this case it's E38 PCM and a T42 transmission controller. So 58X motor with a 4L80E transmission. So a little bit more difficult to tune on this one, or more tedious, I guess I should say, not necessarily difficult. The 4L80, we actually installed a CK Performance trans brake, and it's still a fully automatic shifting 4L80 trans brake valve body. So it activates in 3rd gear, and once you get off the brake, it runs just like an automatic. We're doing a 3-inch X pipe with Flowmaster FX series mufflers in this. It's pretty quiet. It's not the loudest of mufflers, but let me hop inside and I'll show you what's going on in there. So this car is actually one of my favorite cars as far as G-bodies go, because it's just so clean. Everything in here is super duper clean. Dakota digital gauges like we do on pretty much everything. We have a retro sound radio in here, which is an awesome upgrade for a G-body. Fits right in the the factory 1.5 din. We have the computer and everything mounted in the kick panel down there. Other than that, she is just super clean and stock inside here. The trans brake I actually have wired up on the cruise control because there is no cruise control on this car. So we actually are able to flip it on, push it in, you're on the brake. Let off, you're off the brake. We also have a hidden line lock in here, right under the seat. When it's on, got a little light inside the vent. So made everything look super stock in here. And once the customer puts a hood on here, it probably may almost look stockish from the outside, but it's still pretty cool that that's super clean in here. I'll get this thing fired up so you can hear what it sounds like, and we'll take her for a little ride. Take her for a little drive here. So I didn't really mention, not that it matters, but this car has a 9-inch under it. Has full UMI tubular stuff. So the suspension's all set up. Like I said, 4L80, still automatic shifting. And she runs and drives great. Still has great drivability. The motor isn't super wild. The blower, you know, just basically adds power. Doesn't really take away from the drivability. Throttle response is great because of the type of blower it is. It's pretty quick. This car, we had it up on the dyno just for a couple pulls. Like I said, it had a LSA stock size balancer, and the pulley is, I don't know the size, but basically came right from Magnuson. Wasn't really sure on what it would make for boost, so we just kind of let it rip. It made just under 7 pounds of boost, so there's still a ton left in this motor, in this blower combo. It made about 600-ish wheel and about 700 foot-pounds. We're just going to let the customer, you know, feel it out. It's definitely makes a lot more power than the NA setup did to the wheels. Ton more torque right off the bat. So we're gonna let him just kind of feel it out for a little bit, and then we'll come back and probably put another pulley on it and make a little more power. So, but other than that, I mean, the thing runs and drives great. I don't know if the guy really races it or anything. I think it's just kind of a cool car for him to drive around. So that is that. I guess if we get back to the shop here, I can kind of show you the trans brake stuff. I know that might be hard with one-handed, but yeah, like I said, cruise control. Hit the cruise control button. It's in. You're on the brake, and off you go. So I'll see if I can make that work. If I can't, then you'll just have to believe me that it works. But that's kind of it for this car. If you have any other questions on any of these G-bodies that we do a lot of them, send me a message, ask questions, like and subscribe, tell your friends. We really like hearing from you guys and answering questions as much as we can. We have another G-body coming in pretty soon here. I think that's a Regal. I'm not quite sure which that one was, but we're doing a LT4 and a 4L75 right from Chevrolet in that one. So that one will kind of make a bunch of power like this one. Be super fun to drive. But stick around and we'll keep these cars coming, and thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next one.